Welcome on guys back. My name is Senki from Digislots, and today we talk about Digimon again. Yes, we got a band list in Digimon, so we need to talk about the new meta. I uploaded one tier list, but it was without the bands, so I need to upload a new one to tell you what's happened or changing in the meta. What I'm thinking of will change the meta. But first, right, left, hit the thumbs up button for more awesome content, and subscribe for free because when on my way, we just need one subscriber, but I will guess we can go higher, guys. Show what Digimon can. Like the video, let me know in the comment section below what you guys playing for the next set. We'll love to know that because the commentary got a little bit less, so guys, communicate with me. I will pretty hyped about that, and let's go into this very nice meta tier list with the starter decks and post ban list. Let's go. Okay guys, what got nerfed? I think you got it, but maybe some people are not got it. We got nerfed the memory Ukumon. I think for myself, this one is the Ukumon that is really not like that good one Ukumon, because with Louis all the time, you get like memory back and you are like getting to choke to one. If you have Louis Uku combo, you can do 2 Louis and 2 Ukus in one turn. Can play something, evolve into something, and pass your opponent to 1. If you don't have a memory setter, you choke like 2 or 3 life away. It's really not that healthy for the meta, so it's the right choice to kill it, as well as the Louis S1 is hard as well. Hammer Spark got abused. I would rather see the BT12 Mirage here on the list, but hey, I'm not Bandai. But Hammer Spark was quite like okay. The Awakening Golden Knight spell is really good. That is that one, as well as the Numemon X antibody, but I think only Numemon X antibody to hitting is not quite good. As well, Louis and Ukumon is hits for the deck as well, but I think it's a good contender. And TK as well for the vaccine deck. And cards restricted from the list is Gabumon. Welcome back, my brother. But sadly, we cannot abuse you in Balsamon with the Garurumon line. I love to play a quite short time, but it was really fun to play. Yes, we're going now into this tier list. So Shoto got not restricted with Mother, so Shoto control with Mother D Reaper is really good. Look up in the stuff right now. You can play as well in the list the new dragons that say your opponent cannot allow to play stuff or digivolve stuff or move stuff out, what is really good in the upcoming next format, but there's nothing else we getting here to play that, so it's in hard Shoto Mother stuff with a huge blocker on board with aces and Magnamon Ace Magnamon to heal you with option cards as well. You can play Mirai as well to enable both colors purple and yellow. That one helps you really good, and I think this deck is a tier 1 as well as the Gate. The Gate, as well as I mentioned, got Lilithmon X as support. You play the normal Lilithmon as well here. With the Shoto Tamer, you got as well blocker and stuff that if you're piercing, if you attack something, because you can enable to attack with these guys as well, but they're not playing like more than 1 round because of your Gate, but maybe later on with your big boss monster. And as well, you have the 7th Fascination as a spell for the deck, so this deck gets buffs, but Gotsumon or other stuff keep it like you behind. For Blue Hybrid, I think it's as well tier 1. You need to play it as a more questionable version, more stuff that your opponent cannot do something. You played now Muchumon, maybe you need to play now Flamemon, where Gotsumon versus the deck, but having problems versus higher security decks as well. You cannot stop enabling stuff like Red Hybrid with Aldamon, so but I think you can play quite well as a tier 1 contender. Maybe I will put it as tier 1.5. People need maybe to focus out what the decklist should be, but if the decklist enable and stable, I think this deck will get some tops and some stuff for that, but I think it's good. Yellow Vaccine as a deck itself with TK hit at 1. It's Zedly with Louis and Uku you played as well in deck, and the Golden Knight spell. The Vaccine Engine you played with Magnamon X and Rapidmon X is tier 2. You are quite not faster anymore. So please join the Angel Squad, because Angel vaccine is tier 1.5. This deck is really good in compare or like one in the EX set format, and you don't abuse TK that much there, but more the Patamon engine. You don't abuse the Golden Knight spell, as well as the Louis Uku combo. I think it's the better version for the deck itself, because this deck got more nerfs than this one, so it rises higher up. Brigadramon is tier 2 sadly, as well as Bloomlordmon. This deck didn't got any support and stuff. They can play around with Defixmon, yes they can, but there are too many stuff like how to get over 15k blocker. That's the thing right now, and how you do it is with Mirage. Because of the new isolate ability, when your opponent's blocks, it's gone, and that's the thing. As well, you get the Hexeblaumon for a new archetype. You got a new Otamamon as well. All players can redo display cost, I mentioned to you guys, as well as you got the Hexeblaumon with the isolate ability, and that the opponents cannot swing if you have a huge deck. This is a really problem for blue hybrid, because if I have a hybrid deck with like 1 or 2 sources, I cannot attack, and since you cannot use the Kendo on swing into Lobo into Agent combo, it's really hard to evolve your deck over 1. You can deal with it if you can break something through, yes, and bounce this up, but you have always another thing on board. But I think this one is really cancer, because of the Mirage matchup was okay matchup for you, because you were fast all the time, but since the speed got nerfed in our deck and they're getting support with more jamming in the deck, they're getting it's really hard for us to keep up with Mirage. So Mirage suits its spot as tier 1. I would say Gate is one of the best decks right now, than Mirage, than Mother Control, because Mirage could play into stack control really good, but they're having problems with the 15k blocker. But there are blue cards that say you get boost, so that's not quite that much that problem. Gabu Bond Rush, Louis Uku nerfs is hard, but you always did go onto your Gabu. I think you can play the version with the old agents as well to rush your opponent down. Louis is hard, yes, to promote something, but maybe you need to enable it now more with hybrids, and you can be as stable as well. A rogue deck that can always be OP and punish your opponent if you don't know how to play it, and can win stuff, and topping is Diaboromon. Spam token stuff, protection is at everything you need, especially not many people know what they're doing with the deck, and the Diaboromon spikes up in America. Then we got the Nume X Antibody deck. I think it's a stable tier 1.5 deck. You can always play your Monza X combo, dealing with other stuff to delete something. You have your Valkyriemon and your Venusmon with room mode. You just didn't got your Nume X that you spawn up more stuff, oh no. But you have no problems with Defixmon, because you can play your lower level 3 to provide your opponent that they go away. Crimson is now harder for you, yes, but you can go for the higher threats for the higher Digimon on board. It's really strong, and I think it's 1.5 is not like 3 nerfs for the deck, but the deck is still holding, and I think it's holding better than Agent. And I will put the Agents up as Agent as well. And we go for Imperial. Imperial is tier 1. It's a really strong deck. It didn't got any nerf. Prevent from deletion with the option spell. Imperial Ace is OP. You swing a lot of times, trash sources, gain memory back, play something else with your Tamers, and search power is really strong, and I think it's suitable for a tier 1 deck. Beardstarmon, sadly, I would say with the show to Mother Control Beardstarmon, you can put there tier 1.5, because right now the meta kind of slowed up, and I think you can put there as a tier 1.5 deck. You can play a version with that. Fenrir DNA, if you go, then you go. If you're not, then you tier 2. Sadly, the deck is strong, but you need to combo with this Akanuchi combo, and if you don't see it, then your opponent is quite faster, like with Imperial and Mirage are not that quite of a low pace deck. You got problems, but you have better matchups versus okay, if you hit Chaos, you're dead anyways, you don't have protection, and this one you can maybe with a Skate you can scale, but I don't think so. As well as Omnimon, sadly not a tier 1.5 contender. If your opponents know what you're doing, it didn't top anything. Okay, we don't have that quite amount of tournaments right now, but I think it's tier 2 suitable for that one. Galatmon is for me a tier 2 deck as well. rogue category you cannot play because he got problems versus Mirage and Imperial. It is strong, it has strong effects, but I don't think it's that quite comparable. As well for the red hybrid is for me a rogue deck as well. It's really strong versus the gate deck and the mother deck, but the problem is right now if they see Shoto you have a blocker and you cannot go through, but you can destroy it, and that's the one good thing about it. You don't care about that one for yourself. The Digimon armor deck got nerfed. Its Golden Knight spell got nerfed, but you can play the Flame Dramon. It's really strong and doing stuff, so I will put it as a higher tier 1.5 deck. I had problems in the finals. I won the final one here, my second one. I had problems with this in the finals, and I was very lucky to draw into my ancient combo there. I didn't saw it with white searching, so I thought maybe I'd draw into it. I did. But it's really strong with the Flame Dramons, its speed, and you don't need to rely on the Magnamon spell. And I think a 1.5 container suits is really good. Megazoo, Zedley tier 2, as well as the Leomon. Didn't get any support. We got a promo, but it's not quite that much important to play. Then Tyrant, I think it's 1.5. It's really strong, and I think it's suitable for what you're doing there. And yeah, I think it's strong because always you can switch targets on something, and if you're bigger you got really much problem for that one. And I think Tyrant suits is the tier 1.5. I don't think it's tier 1 worthy. You can swing over, you have a big stack and swing over the mother, but the problem is then your stack gets removed because you are not affected on spells. That's a problem here. You have blocker here as well that can protect them. These decks are faster than them. You can play with Stingmon really fast, going up stuff and destroy Tamer, what is really good. I will put it as a tier higher, tier 1.5 deck as well. With the Magnamon, they can be promoted to tier 1, but I don't think right now that is suitable for that one. The only Hexablaumon deck, like the only Hexablau as a boss monster, is tier 2. I mentioned this as well. Dragons, I say it's tier 1.5. It's really strong if they're coming out, if you don't have anything, and they're really strong, they can be a tier 1. I would say Rogue. Rogue is a good category for that one, because sometimes you can't evolve and you're like, huh? I can't evolve, but I have only level 4s in my hand, and then you lose a round versus the deck. It can be happening, but it's really strong. Shine Greymon is for me tier 1.5 as well, lower tier 1.5. It is strong with the Shine Greymon burst and the support you're getting. It can deal with some stuff. Other decks got nerfed. This is good for him because he didn't get any nerfs for that one, but I think it's not quite that much considerable to other stuff. Lilith X, or the Lilith Loot deck, is for me a tier 2 deck as well. You can, it's really strong if you are popping off, and if you're not popping off, you have problems. And there's Defix one as well. The card is not getting played that much, but it's coming back slowly. I see it in more lists. Rapidmon Zadly is hard for some matchups. It is annoying, but the deck cannot do that much, and that's the problem for the deck. Miragomon Ace is a really strong card. Compared to other aces and stuff that you can evolve it onto level 4 and level 5 as you evolve for you or for the Rapidmon, and you got protection. It is strong at itself, but it misses something. It missed something that this deck going to tier 1 sadly. And with the upcoming support, I don't think this deck going up as well if we don't get something huge. Leviamon X is tier 2 sadly as well. I'm sorry for that one. Now Dexter Roguramon is for me a tier 1.5 as well. It's not quite that much high, but it can be as well because we don't get training. If you got training, the whole meta would be other. Like this deck would be higher, this deck would be higher. They both were tier 1s, but we don't got the scramblings, not training scramblings. I'm sorry guys, pronouncing it wrong. We don't got the scramblings, so I don't think it's quite that good. The Sandremon, I talked last time about this deck spawns you stuff. It decreases your opponent's security. With the effects, you can reduce, you have the puppet threat and spawning puppets, and the puppets protecting you. With the overclock, you can delete one puppet, to protect you. Instead of your main, you can spawn puppets as well with your tamers and making minus DP, but the problem is your Digimon only making minus DP into the security, what I don't quite like. So you're only having the 6k base, and with other effects maybe coming to 9 to 12 is really hard for you, and that's the thing about the deck what I don't really like. You can play as well Venusman in the deck, you can play the Rune Mode Ace in the deck, yes, of course, but I don't think it's too much for a deck, so putting it at tier 2. Other deck I think is a tier 1-5 contender is the Vortex decks, because the Vortex deck is really strong, because Vortex is at the end of your turn, this Digimon might attack an opponent's Digimon with this effect. It can't attack during the turn it was played. So it's really strong that you can evolve it and then swing with it if it's your opponent's turn. Security +1, or when attacking you suspend something as well, and bottom decking is really strong. As well as an inherited effect gives you, if you win in battle, a memory, what is really cool. As well, you can unsuspend your Digimon in battle, and gaining memory is really strong because you swing at your opponent's turn, you give your opponent a 2, kill it, and then unsuspend with the memory you gain with the level 5, and can swing again, and you unsuspend, you bottom deck, you suspend something, you bottom decking something, you attack the suspended thing if it goes well, if you suspend 2 stuff, and then you unsuspend and go for the face is really strong. As well, you can play the Imperial Ace, what is the one of the most broken aces in the deck, and as well the starter decks provide you with a lot of stuff. You got promos, you got starter decks, and you got support, and this is really much for the deck, and I think it can be suitable as tier 1.5. This is my post-ban list starter deck meta tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's quite other to what we expected from the other meta. Thank you guys for clicking the other video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're thinking, what you'll be playing in the next meta. And as well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your friends that we can grow stronger. I wish you a nice weekend. You Digislots, I'm out. And at the end, shout out to memberships for champion highest rank. ADF Wolf, thank you very much for supporting this channel, and always stay super!